Hey Bessies! Welcome back to my channel Wings of My Mind. After a really long time and after thinking a lot and taking a lot of time, I finally decided to post this video by end of this year. If you're new here, my name is Nisha. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Here's the first look while entering my house. This is my living room. This is my sitting space and some stickers. And this is my most favorite place in this house, my reading or meditation place. I've tried to fit things as much as possible over here. Okay, so let's go into my room. This is the first look of my room. So this is a picture frame. So there's no space to hang it here. So I'll be using this in my new house. And yes, I've decided to shift my house. And this is my favorite comfy space, my bed and my favorite workstation. If you're wondering what this band is, my backrest. I really feel comfortable and nice while resting my back on this. I found this on Amazon and I'll leave it in the description below. So here I just have some regular messy stuff. If you've been wondering what this is, so this is a vision board and we'll discuss separately about this in a video. So let me just put some pen. Let's go. Okay, now cheers. Come on now, we'll go for a heart-to-heart chat. So you have seen where I live and many of you all have been asking from a very long time like why I wasn't active and please come back soon. And really thank you so much that you were looking forward for me. Thank you for all the support, for all the messages that you have sent. Now let's discuss on how my life has been since 2020. I started my blog page in 2020 March 8th on Women's Day on various social media platforms, as I always wanted my creative thoughts to be shared on my page, hence the name Wings of My Mind. Also, many people love the tips and hacks which I used to give them offline before starting my channel, so I thought let me reach it to a next level. My inspiration to become a blogger was Shweta Venkat. I really didn't know what she was doing, but I really felt everything that she was doing was very interesting and that's something that I like to do, but on a different niche. I observed a lot, I learned from many people, and then I was very ready for this to take off. I had a lot of plans of what I'm gonna post, and I also started my YouTube channel. When I planned my life in this way, life had planned other things for me. Everything happens for a reason. At the end of March, the lockdown was announced. At home, my dad was very tensed about this lockdown as we did not have any means to travel if there was an emergency. We only had two-wheeler. So worrying in this way actually happened true. So my dad started getting a very sharp headache and no doctors were ready to look at him and giving wrong diagnosis. Not to blame them, but this was just because of the situation. So this happened continuously for 5 days and no medication worked. We had a very tough phase finding out what is happening. But one doctor did manage to get him scanned and we found out that he had a brain clot in some of his veins of his brain. It was a serious condition and we had to admit him in the hospital immediately. At this moment, I really would like to thank Meru Cabs because they had this emergency number given in their app and that really helped us a lot in this tough situation. So we took him to the hospital, admitted him. This was the very thing we fear that should not happen in this kind of COVID pandemic situation, but we couldn't help it. And also you would be knowing that hospitals started having a lot of COVID patients. It was a kind of risky place and I didn't want the situation to become worse. This is where my stress started. Although we have a very good support from our family and friends and many people were actually ready and willing to come. They couldn't because of all the strict lockdown rules. They could not step out of the house. So by God's grace, there was one person who could come because he was a doctor. The food was really bad in the hospital. I stood in a situation where I felt I couldn't feed my family although I have everything in my hand. So thanks to him and his family, we got really good food. Seeing my dad as a superhero and him being in a very sleepy state because of the drug which helped to reduce the clot and not make it serious. So these medicines made him into a different person which I've never seen throughout my life. This fact started depressing me to go home. After 1 week's treatment, we came home and we continued his medicine to July. And my wedding was initially fixed on May 24th, and neither us or my dad was in a situation to conduct the wedding. So I convinced my in-laws to accept the fact that my dad is not well and we have to postpone the wedding. So I was expecting it to be delayed a little more, but they saw a date in August. So I thought, okay, let's see how things go. And postponing this, which I really wanted from a very long time to happen, it was a very heartbreaking situation for me as well. It was not at all easy. And because of medicines, my dad had become very dull and he stressed out even more, and he was more childlike in that situation. But I stayed strong and supported him and my mom until we got to know that he's out of danger. So in this process, I started forgetting myself. I did not take care of myself. I thought, okay, let things postpone sometime. But in that situation where we were inside four walls, it really mattered a lot. But I never knew the seriousness about what I'm going into, and I actually started walking into the tornado of stress. This is where I went wrong. What I would like to say from this is, no matter what, take care of yourself first. Only then you can take care of others better. In July, my dad had a checkup, and in which the doctors took a scan again and told that his clot has been cleared a lot and he has to continue his medicines. So only after I knew that he was fine, I started planning for my wedding, and I had just 1 month to go. And if you know me, I am someone who plans a lot if you have to get ready for any small occasion. Imagine this is my own wedding and I would like to be the bride of my dreams, which is a very long time wish that I have. And in this situation, I was not able to go out and buy things. Just through my phone and laptop, I started planning for my wedding, because I did not want to risk going out. And at this point, actually my husband-to-be and me had a clash. It put me down, thinking, am I taking the right decision or not? At that point, I was actually not in a state to get married this quickly, but thinking about my parents and his parents, just went with the flow. Because I believe in destiny, I didn't want to hurt both families. In the process of deeply planning my wedding, I forgot about the problems that were happening between my husband and me, and both of us were involved in the wedding and getting ready for the wedding. I really did utilize this time really well. During this process, I had a lot of support from my organization which I was working in. My manager was very supportive, knowing my situation, and in the same situation my laptop crashed. My work pressure was fine, so I was able to manage rest of the things as well. I planned so well for my wedding that I am so satisfied that I have lived up to the expectation of the bride of my dreams. I always have one thing in my mind, that things should be unique and happy. In this situation, my dad arranged an amazing wedding with limited guests due to pandemic rules and restrictions. After those medicines reduced, he started getting a little better. And I thought, okay, if we get married, all the misunderstanding, all the tension which we had, everything will be fine and things will go very, very cool. This is where things started becoming very worse. Okay, before starting this, I would like to let you know I am not blaming any situation, anything or any person in this video. And this is only to show that how I fell into the tornado of depression and how I came out of it, and the mistakes I did which I shouldn't have done, so that if you're in a similar situation, you would know that these are the things you shouldn't do. Things don't happen however we wish, but things go in a flow, and just hope that flow will take you to a right place. My dad's brother, who is very close to me, a fatherly figure for me, he passed away very suddenly and peacefully. And overnight, getting this news, it was very shocking to me, and it is not something that I could accept. And even till date, I am really not able to accept the fact that he's not with us, because we've been speaking regularly and I knew that his health was fine and he was fine. I was really broken down, given that I have gone through a lot in the situation, and realizing the fact that I'll be away from my parents after marriage. So at this point, this was a very, very big stone on my head. I stayed back for a few weeks in my cousin's place, and all of us being sad, I was sent to my husband's house. And being a girl, you would know how it feels to leave parents. It's not just about girls, it's about the boys who's left their parents too. I know I know this is a very painful decision, and my pain just kept building up. I was still not in a point to think that I have to take care of myself, I have to eat right, I have to work out. I used to mostly sit idle or just do work just because I have to do the work. After going to my in-laws house, I gave more time to them to gel with them and to get to know more about them. Nobody around me and not even me was ready to talk about the pain which was there inside me already. And it was already making a big wound inside me that I've ever made. Although I knew the fact that I cannot take care of others without taking care of myself first, I decided to first give importance to my new family and then myself. But really, this was such a big mistake that I've done. At one point, I gave no importance to myself, and this is where my depression started going very deep. I tried my best to gel with my in-laws, but we couldn't as they were different from me. I also did not have much support from my husband, as these things were new for him and he did not know how to balance between his existing family and the new person, me. I could not share my problems with anyone, and I did not want to stress my parents. I was just seeking for a way, and I really felt that it was a dead end. I also could not share my problems with my husband, as he was already going through a lot and he had lots of burden on his head. And also I was not in a mindset to understand this, and then I started going deeper into depression. So it goes both ways. Neither did he think about what I was going through, nor did I think about what he was going through. So he just wanted everything to go well, but it didn't. Financially, for the first time in my life, I felt I had never shared this with anyone. Just because my salary was insufficient for me to run the house and live, I started using more of my credit card and started accumulating more in my credit card. I was trying my best to be positive, but I was not able to, as it was a very different environment than what I have been through all these years. My health went down as well. So I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I lived in so much pain. I was not able to walk properly. I was not able to do things on my own properly. The way I became was like I was an aged person. So in all the aspects, financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, and since all these were not there spiritually also, I really felt. The fact is, I had been wondering if I really have to share this with you all or not, but I really gained up the courage to put this out, and just for the reason to show that it will help at least one out of all these people who are watching my video. It's always easy to judge people, so please stop judging people, because you would never survive in their shoes. I hope this was not very sleepy. So this video is actually taking really long, which is why I made it into 2 parts, and I will post part 2 in the next week on the same day. So if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And yes, as you have seen in my video, I have already shifted to my new house, and it's been almost 8 to 9 months since I made that video, and I really was thinking if I should post it or not. Then I decided to just finish it within 2023. Okay, I have an important note to make in this video. So I want to finish the old video updates within the end of this year and start with fresh new things starting from 2024. And I'm gonna have an important announcement which will go exclusively on my Instagram page, Wings of My Mind. Then don't forget to hit the follow button on my Instagram page, Wings of My Mind.